Blessings, my brethren. Great is the Lord and greatly to be praised. What a joy it is to be with you today and to share with you words from the Word. I trust that as I share with you and you sit and listen, that your heart would be encouraged and that the message that God would have for all of us would be that message where we all would understand and come to follow Him. I am dealing with this matter. I have sinned. Had you ever said to God, I have sinned? The Bible said, for all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. The Bible also teaches that if we confess our sin, He's faithful, He's just to forgive us and to cleanse us from all unrighteousness. The second stanza in the song Only a Sinner, written by James M. Gray, he wrote, once I was foolish, but sin ruled my heart, causing my footsteps from God to depart. Jesus had found me, happy my case. Now I'm a sinner, saved by grace. Only a sinner, saved by grace. Only a sinner, saved by grace. This is my story. To God be the glory. I'm only a sinner, saved by grace. Each and every one of us who know Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior should always stop and realize we are not more than what we are. And what we clearly are, we are only sinners, saved by the grace of God. It is the grace of God why we are saved. And if you had never come to that place in your life where you see yourself as a sinner and say to God, I have sinned, I trust that in this series that you would see yourself as a sinner. Say to God, I have sinned, ask Him to forgive you, and He will come into your heart and save you. We are looking at men in the Bible who use those words, I have sinned. I'm sure you have heard of Balaam and his donkey that spoke to him. And God spoke through the donkey and caused Balaam to say, I have sinned. So I want to bring you to Numbers chapter 22. And I want to begin reading for you from verse 8. Numbers 22, verse 8. Let me begin at verse 9. And God came unto Balaam and said, what men are these with thee? And Balaam said unto God, Balak, the son of Zippor, king of Moab, hath sent unto me, saying, behold, there is a people come out of Egypt, which covereth the face of the earth. Come now, cause me them. Peradventure, I shall be able to overcome them and drive them out. Balak is asking Balaam to do something that we will soon see that God disagreed with. In verse 12, and God said unto Balaam, thou shalt not go with them. Remember, he asked him, who are these people? He told him that they were the sons of Zippor, king of Moab, who sent these people unto him, and he wants him to curse them. And God said, thou shalt not go with them. Always remember those words. Thou shalt not go with them. Now, what I have learned over the years, that God says what He means and means what He says. Thou shalt not curse the people, for they are blessed. Balaam, you are asking me to do something that God said I shall not do. These people are blessed. How can I curse that are blessed? And Balaam rose up in the morning and said unto the princes of Balak, get you into your land. for the Lord refuseth to give me leave to go with you. So Balaam went back to Balak, and he said to him, God don't want me to go. He hasn't permitted me to go to curse these people, so go back where you came from. And the prince of Moab rose up, and they went unto Balak and said, Balaam refused to come with us. And Balak sent yet again princes more and more honorable than they. So he found a more honorable group of people to go back to Balaam than those that he sent before. Verse 16. And they came to Balaam. Remember, this is the second group. And said to him, Thus said Balak the son of Zippor, Let nothing, I pray thee, hinder thee from coming unto me. For I will promote thee unto very great honor. Watch this. Balak is now trying to bribe Balaam and telling him that if he comes to him, he will promote him to great honor. He said, And I will do whatsoever thou sayest unto me. So, Balaam, whatever you want, whatever you say to me, I will do. Come therefore, I pray thee, curse me, this people. So come and curse these people for me. And Balaam answered and said unto the servants of Balak, If Balak would give me his house full of silver and gold, I cannot go beyond the word of the Lord my God to do less. In other words, he's saying, regardless to what Balak will offer me, a house of silver, a house of gold, I still cannot do what he want me to do. Now therefore I pray, tarry ye also here this night, that I may know what the Lord will say unto me more. And God came unto Balaam at night and said unto him, If the men come to call thee, rise up and go with them. But yet the word which I shall say unto thee, that shalt thou do. And Balaam rose up in the morning and saddled his ass and went with the princes of Moab. Now notice this. God told him don't go, but guess what? He made up his mind to go. Let me read verse 20 again. God came unto Balaam at night and said unto him, If the men come to call thee, rise up, go with them. But yet the word which I say unto thee, thou shalt not do. So what God is saying to Balaam, watch, they are influencing you to go. But remember, I told you not to go. But he say, rise up, yes. But did he mean that you must go? Balaam rose up in the morning, saddled his ass, and went with the princes of Moab. And notice what happened when he went. If one would think that God was telling him, okay, I changed my mind from you not going, that you would go. The Bible said in verse 22, remember what I said, when God says something, he says what he means, and he means what he says. So in verse 22, and God's anger was kindled because he went. Did you notice? Yeah. He went back to God and tried to get God to say, yes, go. God said, you want to go. But when you go, watch, don't forget what I told you. I told you not to go. And his anger was kindled because he went. And the angel of the Lord stood in the way for an adversary against him. Even though he's going, God put an angel there to stop him. Now, notice this story. You will like this. What happened when God put this angel in the way? Now, he was riding upon his ass, and his two servants were with him. So 3 of them, they were going. He was riding his donkey. And as the ass saw the angel of the Lord standing in the way, and his sword drawn in his hand, the ass turned aside out of the way and went into the field. Notice, the angel of the Lord is standing in the way where the donkeys, the ass supposed to go. The ass saw the angel of the Lord, but guess what? Balaam did not see the angel of the Lord. And the ass, instead of going towards the angel of the Lord with the sword in his hand, the ass turned aside out of the way and went into the field and watched the behavior of Balaam. And Balaam smote the ass to turn her into the way. So she turned out of the way, hit the ass to get the ass to come back to go in the very same way where the angel is standing. But the angel of the Lord stood in the path of the vineyard, a wall being on one side and a wall on the other side. And when the ass saw the angel of the Lord, she thrust herself onto the wall and crushed Balaam's foot against the wall, and he smote her again. The ass is seeing danger and is trying to save Balaam that is on the ass, because Balaam is doing something that God told him not to do, and he's going to do it. And God, when he loves his children, whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth. And the angel of the Lord went further and stood in a narrow way, where was nowhere to turn either to the right hand or to the left. The angel moved from there, went down the road a bit, where the road was closer, so now the ass can't turn left nor right, can't pass. When the ass saw the angel of the Lord, watch this, she fell down under Balaam. Why? Because the angel of the Lord is standing there in the way with a sword. There's nowhere to pass. So the donkey fell down, and Balaam's anger was kindled, and he smote the ass with a staff. But watch this now carefully. I don't know if you ever saw this before. You must have, but watch this. And when the ass saw the angel of the Lord, he fell down under Balaam. Balaam's anger was kindled, and he smote the ass with his staff. And the Lord opened the mouth of the ass and said unto Balaam, what have I done unto thee? Whoa! Who's talking? A donkey. Talking to who? Talking to his master. What he said, what have I done unto thee, that thou hast smitten me these 3 times? Remember, 3 times Balaam now beaten the donkey to get up and go forward. Balaam said unto the ass, because thou hast mocked me, I would there were a sword in my hand, for now I would have killed thee. Balaam even stopped and realized that is the donkey talking to him. Balaam now have decided, if I had a sword in my hand, I would have killed you. And the ass said unto Balaam, am I not thine ass, upon which thou hast ridden, ever since I was thine unto this day? Was I ever wont to do so unto thee? And he said, no. And the Lord opened the eyes of Balaam. Watch this. And he saw the angel of the Lord standing in the way, and his sword drawn in his hand, and he bowed down his head and fell flat on his face. And the angel of the Lord said unto him, wherefore hast thou smitten thine ass these 3 times? Behold, I went out to withstand thee, because thy way is perverse before me. And the ass saw me and turned from me these 3 times. Unless she had turned from me, surely now also I had slain thee and saved her alive. And now look at the words. And Balaam said unto the angel of the Lord, I have sinned, for I knew not that thou stoodest in the way against me. Now therefore, if it displease thee, I will get me back. Sometimes God has to use different means for us to understand what he says he means and what he means he says. When God told Balaam not to go, when Balak came back and told him that he would give him whatever he wanted, Balaam decided that he would go. And God had to stop him from going by using a donkey to see the angel of the Lord with a sword in his hand. The donkey, at the last time, fell down on the ground, Balaam sitting on it. If the donkey did not do that, the angel would have taken the sword and slay Balaam. And the donkey spoke and said, I have served you all these times. Never yet Had I done this to you, or you done this to me, something you must stop and pay attention to. And then God showed up and showed him, hey, this is why I have done what I have done. Thank you so much for following. Next morning, we're going to look at another servant. This time, a man by the name of Achan, who have reached to that place in his life and said, I have sinned. Have you ever reached to that place in your life and decided, Lord, I have sinned? Thank you for sharing. Thank you for being a partner. God bless you. Have a great day.